Ladies and gentlemen, every dream you have, every goal you set, and every success story you admire has one thing in common: consistency. It's not talent, it's not luck, and it's not timing. It's the quiet, persistent effort you put in every single day, even when no one is watching. The truth is, greatness is not built overnight. Success doesn't come to those who work hard sometimes. It comes to those who work hard all the time. You don't need to take giant leaps. You need to take small steps every single day without giving up. Think about it. A river doesn't cut through rock because of its power. It cuts through because of its persistence. The same rule applies to life. Consistency is the bridge between your goals and your achievements. But here's the challenge. Most people start strong and quit early. They want results immediately, and when progress feels slow, they give up. That's where the difference lies between those who succeed and those who remain stuck. Winners stay consistent even when results are invisible. If you truly want to transform your life, you need to master the art of showing up, not just when you feel motivated, not just when conditions are perfect, but every single day regardless of the obstacles. Because consistency isn't about intensity, it's about commitment. Remember this: motivation gets you started, but consistency keeps you going. And when you combine both, there is nothing in this world that can stop. Success is never about sudden breakthroughs. It is about the steady accumulation of small, deliberate actions that, over time, create extraordinary results. One of the biggest misconceptions people have about success is that it requires a massive transformation or a single life-changing moment. In reality, greatness is born from consistency, from showing up day after day and putting in the work, even when it feels insignificant. Every tiny effort, every small step, and every moment of discipline adds up like drops of water filling a jar. At first, it may seem like nothing is happening, but eventually those drops overflow, and that's when the world starts noticing. Think about how nature works. A seed planted today doesn't turn into a tree overnight. It takes time, nurturing, and patience. The farmer waters it daily, provides it sunlight, and removes weeds. At first, there is no visible change. The ground looks the same, the seed remains hidden, and the effort feels unrewarded. But beneath the surface, something powerful is happening. The roots are growing, strengthening, and preparing to support a massive tree. Life works exactly the same way. Your daily habits, no matter how small, are like those drops of water and rays of sunlight that nourish your dreams. You may not see the results immediately, but they're accumulating beneath the surface, preparing to burst into reality. The challenge is that most people underestimate the power of these small efforts. They think a single workout doesn't matter. 1 hour of study isn't enough. One skipped meal won't affect their health. Or 1 extra hour of sleep won't make a difference. And individually, they may seem right. One single effort doesn't change much. But when these small actions are repeated day after day, they compound. Just as saving a small amount of money daily can make you wealthy over time, repeating tiny positive actions builds momentum and shapes your future in ways you cannot imagine. It's easy to get discouraged when results don't show up quickly. You might work hard for weeks, months, or even years and still feel like nothing is happening. But this is where the power of consistency truly shines. Progress is often invisible in the beginning, but it's always happening behind the scenes. Like ice slowly melting, the temperature builds up gradually until one day, a single degree makes it turn to water. Big goals are achieved through small, consistent actions repeated over time. Every time you commit to doing the work, even when results aren't visible, you're training yourself to be consistent. These habits eventually become part of your identity. You no longer have to force yourself to act. It becomes natural because it's who you are, and once your actions align with your identity, success becomes inevitable. Focusing on the process also frees you from comparison. When you constantly chase outcomes, it's easy to look at others and feel like you're falling behind. But when your attention is on your journey, your only competition is the person you were yesterday. You measure progress by your own standards, not someone else's highlight reel. This not only boosts your confidence, but also keeps you grounded and consistent in your efforts. The real secret is this: if you take care of the process, the results will take care of themselves. Success is not a destination, it's a byproduct of showing up, staying consistent, and giving your best every single day. When you fall in love with the journey, you stop chasing success, you start attracting it naturally. Patience is one of the most underrated yet powerful qualities when it comes to achieving success and personal growth. In today's world, where everything is designed for instant gratification, patience has become rare. People want results immediately. They want success overnight, wealth without struggle, fitness without discipline, and growth without time. But the truth is, real transformation does not happen in an instant. It is built gradually through consistent effort, resilience, and a willingness to wait for the rewards of your hard work. Patience is not about sitting idle or delaying action. It is about trusting the process, staying committed, and understanding that meaningful results require time. When you set big goals for yourself, it's natural to expect progress quickly, but the reality is often different. The initial excitement fades, challenges appear, and progress seems slower than expected. This is the moment where most people quit, thinking their efforts aren't paying off. But those who practice patience understand that success is like planting a seed. You water it, nurture it, and protect it, even when you don't see any signs of growth at first. Beneath the surface, roots are forming, strength is building, and the foundation for growth is being laid. Patience allows you to continue putting in the work even when visible results haven't arrived yet, because you trust that every action contributes to the bigger picture. Impatience, on the other hand, leads to frustration and disappointment. It makes you abandon your journey before the breakthrough arrives. Think about how many dreams are left unfulfilled simply because people gave up too early. They expected success to happen fast, and when it didn't, they convinced themselves it was impossible. But success does not belong to the fastest. It belongs to the most consistent and persistent. Patience keeps you grounded during setbacks, reminding you that temporary delays are not permanent failures. Every challenge you face along the way is shaping you, teaching you, and preparing you for the next step. Patience also gives you clarity. When you slow down and allow yourself to trust the process, you make better decisions. Rushing often leads to mistakes, shortcuts, and regrets, but patience allows you to think long-term. You begin to see beyond the immediate moment and focus on building something lasting. Whether it's learning a new skill, improving your health, or achieving financial freedom, patience ensures that you build a strong foundation instead of chasing quick fixes. What's truly powerful about patience is how it changes your mindset. You stop constantly questioning, when will I get there? And start focusing on, how can I improve today? This shift reduces stress and anxiety, allowing you to enjoy the journey rather than obsessing over the destination. You become more resilient, more consistent, and more confident because you trust that your efforts will pay off in time. Success favors those who endure, who keep showing up even when progress is invisible. Patience is not weakness, it's strength. It's the ability to stay calm in the storm, to keep moving forward while others give up, and to believe in yourself when results haven't yet arrived. With patience, you allow your efforts to compound, and eventually the rewards become far greater than you ever imagined. Excuses are one of the biggest barriers between you and your goals. They appear small and harmless at first, but over time they silently destroy your progress and limit your potential. Every time you say, I don't have enough time, I'm too tired, or I'll start tomorrow, you give away control of your life. Excuses feel comforting in the moment because they justify inaction, but in reality they hold you back from becoming the person you want to be. Success requires action. And action requires the courage to push through resistance even when your mind is full of reasons to quit. Resistance will always show up whenever you try to grow. The moment you decide to change your life, your mind begins to fight back. It tells you to stay comfortable, to avoid risk, and to stick with what feels safe. This is human nature. Your brain is wired to seek comfort and avoid discomfort, but growth never happens in comfort. If you give in to excuses, you remain stuck in the same patterns, living the same life year after year. The only way forward is to face resistance head-on and act despite it. One powerful truth is that excuses don't disappear, you learn to rise above them. Successful people aren't free from resistance, they simply refuse to let it control them. They act even when they don't feel ready, even when conditions aren't perfect, and even when fear whispers in their ears. They understand that waiting for the right moment is an illusion. There will never be a perfect time to start. There will always be challenges, distractions, and reasons to delay. The difference is that winners take action anyway, while others keep waiting for someday, and someday never comes. Overcoming excuses begins with self-awareness. You need to recognize the stories you tell yourself to avoid action. Are you really too busy? Or are you prioritizing other things? Are you truly unprepared? Or are you afraid of failing? When you start questioning your excuses, you strip them of their power. Once you see them for what they are, limitations created by fear and comfort, you gain the strength to break free from them. It also helps to focus on your why. When your reasons are strong enough, your excuses become weak. If you have a clear vision of what you want and why it matters, you find the energy to push through resistance. On days when motivation is low, your purpose becomes your fuel. It reminds you why you started and why quitting is not an option. Every time you choose action over excuses, you build resilience and self-trust. You prove to yourself that you can follow through on your commitments, and with each victory, your confidence grows. Resistance never truly goes away, but over time you become stronger than the excuses holding you back. The path to success is not about waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about acting in imperfect ones, again and again, until progress becomes inevitable. Consistency does more than help you achieve goals. It shapes who you are and defines the person you become. Every time you repeat an action, you are casting a vote for the kind of identity you want to build. Success is not just about doing the right things. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally does those things without forcing yourself. Where habits and routines create your identity and your identity drives your results. When you show up every day and take consistent action, you're not just working toward your dreams, you're becoming the person capable of living them. Think about how identity forms. If you exercise regularly, you stop thinking of yourself as someone trying to get fit and start seeing yourself as a healthy, active person. If you read daily, you don't just learn new information, you become a reader. If you show up to your work consistently, you begin to view yourself as disciplined, reliable, and committed. This shift in identity is powerful because once you start believing something about yourself, your actions naturally align with that belief. You no longer have to force discipline. It becomes part of who you are. Consistency also builds self-trust. One of the reasons people struggle to reach their goals is that they break promises to themselves. They say they'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Over time, this erodes confidence and creates a cycle of self-doubt. But when you consistently follow through on your commitments, even small ones, you start proving to yourself that you can rely on you. That trust becomes a powerful foundation for bigger achievements. You start setting higher goals because you know you're capable of showing up and doing the work required to reach them. Another powerful effect of consistency on identity is how it influences the way others perceive you. People notice patterns. When you are consistent in your actions, you earn respect, credibility, and trust from those around you. Whether in your personal life, your career, or your relationships, people begin to see you as dependable and strong-minded. This not only opens new opportunities, but also strengthens your sense of purpose and self-worth. Consistency also eliminates the constant battle with motivation. When something becomes part of your identity, you don't have to wait to feel like doing it anymore. It becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth or tying your shoes. The actions that once felt difficult become effortless, and the effort you put in starts compounding. Small repeated choices build habits, and habits shape character. Over time, this transformation creates a version of you that is aligned with your goals and dreams. When you commit to showing up every day, regardless of circumstances, you're rewriting the story you tell yourself about who you are. You're no longer someone chasing success. You're someone living in alignment with it. The more consistent you are, the stronger your identity becomes, and eventually success stops being something you hope for and starts becoming something you naturally create through who you've become. Consistency is not just an action, it is a way of life. It is the quiet commitment to show up every single day no matter how you feel or what obstacles stand in your way. Success does not come from occasional bursts of effort or rare moments of inspiration. It comes from the daily choices you make, the habits you build, and the discipline you maintain. When you commit to being consistent, you're not just working toward your goals. You are building the foundation of the person you want to become. Every great achievement you admire is the result of countless small actions repeated over time. It's not about doing extraordinary things once. It's about doing ordinary things consistently until they lead to extraordinary results. The path may seem slow and progress might feel invisible at times, but with patience and persistence, change is happening beneath the surface. Consistency compounds. The more you show up, the closer you move toward your vision. The truth is, you will face challenges, distractions, and moments of doubt. There will be days when motivation fades, when excuses sound louder than your goals, and when results seem too far away to keep going. But it is in these very moments that consistency becomes your greatest strength. If you continue to take one step forward, no matter how small, you are still moving closer to your dreams while others remain stuck. Success does not belong to the fastest or the strongest. It belongs to those who refuse to quit. Consistency also transforms your identity. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, you're shaping a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. You begin to believe in your own abilities, trust your habits, and embody the person you aspire to be. Eventually, consistency stops feeling like a struggle and starts becoming part of who you are. At that point, success is no longer something you chase. It is something you naturally attract because your actions and identity are aligned. So remember this, you don't need to take giant leaps to reach greatness. You just need to keep taking small, steady steps every single day. Show up when it's hard. Show up when you don't feel ready. Show up when no one is watching. Your consistent actions will create momentum. Your momentum will create transformation. And your transformation will lead you to the success you've been dreaming of. Stay committed, stay patient, and keep moving forward, because the power of consistency will change your life. Thank you all for being here and for giving your precious time to listen. I truly hope these words have reminded you of the power within you, the power of consistency. Your dreams are possible, and your potential is limitless if you choose to show up every single day. Remember, success isn't built overnight. It's built step by step, habit by habit, choice by choice. Stay patient, stay focused, and stay committed to your journey. The work you do today will become the results you see tomorrow. If this message inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we can create a ripple of motivation and change lives, starting with our own. Thank you once again for joining me on this journey of growth and self-improvement. Keep believing in yourself and never stop moving forward. Until next time, stay strong, stay consistent, and keep chasing your dreams. Goodbye for now, and remember, your best is yet to come.